Okay, over to you, Marie.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. I'm really pleased to welcome you for our Show and Tell webinar. So I'm just going to do a quick introduction. So my name is Emilie, and I'm head of French in prep school in England. And I'm also a Geniallys ambassador. I created the group Teaching with Geniallys with Caroline and Julia, and we created the group in February 2021, and we have already 3,700 members now. I really love being part of this group because people are supporting each other and sharing their ideas on Geniallys, and it's been really good linking to people in the world. We try to organize different competitions, so every month we've got our top contributor, and they win an annual EDU account. So for June, we had Lina, and I know she just got her account and she was really pleased. We've done a competition for 1K competition, and the prizes were free EDU account, and our 3K competition, 3 vouchers of 250 euros for Amazon Spain, and our winners were Harry, Miriam, and Laura. And I really enjoyed that competition because I like designing games myself, and it was really inspiring to see all the games designed by people in the group. We hope to do some more competition, and we are very grateful for the prizes that Geniallys gives us to do this competition. We've done a few webinars. So I did Gamify Your Classroom with Geniallys in December 2020. And then in April, Julia joined me to do Gamify Your Classroom with Geniallys Part 2. And in June 2021, that was our first webinar. That was Julia's first webinar on Facebook with our Facebook group, Advanced Escape Room. So I've put the link on this presentation. I will share the presentation with you later. We are big fans of Scape and Sandbox extension. So I've put links to Scape and Sandbox. I know we've got some people from Sandbox today, so that will be great to see their ideas as well. And Julia and I, mainly Julia, have done English translation of the extension. Okay, and we are really excited now to present our first show and tell. It's really good to be able to meet some of you, and because we recognize the name from the group, and we are really excited about seeing all your ideas. So now I'll pass on to Julia.
Okay, yes. So welcome everyone. It's great to see people from so many different countries here. And we're going to start with Miriam. And as you can see from the competition, she's an expert in making great games because she won one of the prizes, and she's going to show us one of the Sandbox extensions for playing Hangman, but she's got a slight twist on it. So over to you.
Oh, so shall I stop sharing? Yeah.
Yes, I think if you stop sharing, and then Miriam can start.
Okay, I start.
And maybe if people watching it have any questions, you can put them in the chat, and then after the presentation, I can read them out, or we can try and answer them while we're going along.
Okay, yes, because we only have 10 minutes.
Yes,
I go.
Ready, steady, go.
So my name is Miriam. I'm a primary English teacher in Spain, and I love Geniallys. I love creating things in Geniallys. I'm also part of Sandbox Educacion's group idea, and we are a group of teachers just creating things to make things easier to other teachers too. The idea of presenting something today, it was something like make you think out of the box. Okay, we normally give you ideas on the webpage. This is one of them. We call it Ahorcado, that's the Hangman. And I created a game that it doesn't look like the Hangman itself, but it's made from the same ideas. Okay, it has the same structure. So if we go to the webpage and sandboxeducacion.es, you can see that we have 3 different versions of the game. The first one would be getting the letters for the Hangman by scrolling right or left. The second one would be writing using the mouse, like clicking on the keyboard, on digital keyboard. And the third one would be using the keyboard itself from the computer. I use the second one to create my game. And let me show you the game. This is, can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So the name of the game is Spelling Practice. And if you have a quick look, you can see some similarities to the Hangman, okay, like the lines that you get for the words, and also that you have to use the keys for the game. So how this works, you have to just to press the keys and you get some lives that are gone, and if you commit an error. Also, the keys, as you can see, get a color, so you know that you have already pressed it. And also, if you repeat it, you get an icon saying that it's already done. And then if you lose all the lives, you have to try again. Oh, sorry. Live things. Oh, I'm so nervous now. Go again. So if you do it right, and notice that we get a different animal now, you don't lose any life, and you get the feedback to go to next one. Okay, let's see how it's done. This is the game itself. I have the bar for zoom going up and down. It's going
if you put it on the side, if you put it on the side,
yeah, I try to do that. Anyhow, so I'm going to show you how I did it. The first thing is obviously getting the yellow box for coding, the coding game, right? This is the one that you need all the time. Also, the lives are on the right side, and you can see with grouping the code to the icon that I told you that it appears if you repeat the letter, the word itself, two black icons. I'm going to show you how they work.
Sorry, Miriam. Before you explain it all, can you maybe explain where people get the boxes from? Because not everybody has used the extensions maybe before.
Sure. I'm going to show you all the elements, and I go to the instruction page that is below, okay? So this is the green one when the animals are appearing, and also a restart button, okay? So the page with the instruction is this one. I translated into English for you to make it easier, okay? So you can see these are the two black boxes that you saw before. The first one would make the game have the images come in randomly, okay? So that's aleatorio in Spanish. The second one would give us the option of losing lives, taking into account that in the Hangman game, you normally get elements. So every time that you make an error, you get one extra element to make the whole thing, and then the man hanging. With this option, you get lives out. You lose the lives, okay? So you need it in this game. Also, the win and the lose, you can see it here. I got rid of them. Yeah, the win and the lose feedbacks right here too. Also, the following page, the feedback to go to the next game, and the list of vocabulary that it will appear, the list of images that will appear in the game. What do we understand? What do we say it's an automated game in Sandbox Educación? Or we normally explain teachers who don't really know why this is so easy to use. That instead of adding a lot of pages, instead of making a long game in Geniallys, we try to make it in only one page. So this is what it makes it happen. The coding of the words make it possible to copy, in this case, is internet web pages links for the links to the hints to appear. Yes. So if you have a look on the right side of the panel, that is totally invisible when you are, sorry, it has to be small. Okay, it's on the right side because we don't want them to appear on the screen. We get this structure that we have to maintain to make it work, like number and letter. Yes, we only have one letter here, where we can get more than one if we need more hints. In the case that you want to make a game, instead of with images, with sentences, you can write a list of sentences, so they are appearing randomly, and they are kind of the hints that you have to use to find out which word it is. Okay, so I'm not sure if you are familiar with getting this link, but it's as easy as going to any page that you can get images with no background, like this one, for example. I think I let you some of them here. So you press on the image that you want, right click on the mouse, and then copy the, sorry, it's in English, copy the link, from the page, right? If you copy this and then you go again to the game, let's write donkey, for example, because we don't have it yet. We paste it here, and very important is that you have to use an asterisk at the end. That makes this hint to appear all the time. If we don't put it, the game makes or the game asks us to add more hints to appear. So we will have one image and then maybe no image at all for this for these words. Okay. So, well, I think I'm missing a lot of stuff. Let me go back to the instructions. So as I said, this is the code for repeating the letter. This is the feedback for win and lose. This is the restarting game if you want to start over again. If you want to go to the next one.
Sorry, Miriam, the 8 minutes are up, but you've got a bit of time to finish off.
Okay. Thank you, Julia. This is the list that you have to copy and paste in the page, again with the word and the lives. And finally, we added the basic keyboard that you have to copy and paste on the image of the keyboard that you got. Yes, this is important. Okay, what you can see here are the codes that you need to have on top of each of the keys. Okay, and also some different fonts that you may need to write in different languages. Okay, in the case that you need an extra key that is not here, we give you the code for any other one, and you only have to create it and add it to your game. I think this is it. Do you have any questions? Just ask us.
No, I think you presented it really well. There don't seem to be any questions at the moment, but maybe just if you can say that this template is linked in our main presentation, which we will share at the end of everyone's presentation, and then you can download this file and add it to your own games as well.
Sure.
Good. Well, shall we get started with Rafael then? We've got another exciting new sandbox extension as well. Thank you.
Well,
but
hello, thank
Miriam,
you
need to stop sharing, I think, and then you can take over.
Fine.
Thank
Miriam,
you,
you need
Julia.
to stop.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah, that's beautiful. But now let's see something different. We've been working together with the Escape Group, developing a new version of the D&D, the famous D&D extension, where you can drag and drop different elements and validate if they're in the correct place. But now we give you something different, and I'm very excited to show you. Let's see here. Okay, how you now see my screen. This is not reusable yet. This is a beta version. We're still working on it, seeing if there is any issue, any trouble working with it, any errors, but you will have it very, very soon, I hope. So, well, now the template will give you a validation if you have put an object in the right place. Now is not about just the object, it's about the amount of objects that you put in the right place. So, for example, in this activity, you will have to place 5 trumpets and 2 guitars, 4 maracas, and then if you put it in the right place, you will get a validation. You can also, which is something very new, create a new game every time you want. You can reassign values to the different elements and different baskets where you have to put the objects. And for example, get this. We have to put 3 here. You have to put 1 here, 2 here, and 2 here. If you do it correctly, check, you get a positive validation. And yet you can still create a new game. And if you are not placing the right amount of objects in the right place, then optional, you can get a validation that just removes the objects that are wrong. In the previous versions of D&D, you will get like a trick. And if you put more elements than needed, it will remove all the wrong elements and leave just the correct ones. And now working together with Scape, we decided that it will be best if we just remove all the elements, so we don't give the game like all done to the students or to any users that are playing with these activities. And now, as you can see, you can use just one object in a basket. Let's call it basket, right? Trumpets, then you can only use trumpets to validate it. But, well, I'll show you very quickly what adds to the extension. You just have to group with the block of this symbol, they call it the basket. You have to group a text with numbers, given the range of where you will be moving when the random choosing of the numbers, right? So you will get from 0 to 4 the first place, and 1 to 5, 1 to 8, 1 to 5, and as you can see, all the random assignments will fit in this interval. It's very easy. You just need to group that little text to your element and it will work just fine. Well, another example, it's you have different places and you have different random picks. You see? Then you just have to put the right elements in the right place just to make it work. If you are familiar with musical notes, you will know that what I'm doing is partly correct. There we go. And then we have a positive validation. Well, as you can see now, I'm not using just one element to one pentagram. So as we had to do before, because first we had the trumpets in the trumpets and we only could use them in the right place. Now we are giving each of the objects a value and we are making a count. We are putting as many objects as needed and counting their values and adding them all together to get to the final amount that we need to get. Then we can work with money as well, and not only with whole numbers, but also with decimal numbers. For example, to validate partially or globally all the elements in the screen. In this case, again, the validation is the numbers that you pick are random. You see, and you can also show the total amount of all the elements that are on the screen. Here you see again how you do it. You just have to group a little text and it could be a fixed number like 3, decimal, that's why you have the dollar, or a percent if we want to work with whole numbers, and then the interval from 1.5 to 4, from 2 to 4, but still you have the dollars, it will be a decimal number. And again, you have the coins here and you give them a value, in this case 2 euros, 1 euro, 50 cents, or no, with decimal numbers, you give them the weight. And again, if you validate and you put too much money in a place, you will get the validation and all the elements removed. Well, inspiration, how can we use this? Well, for example, you can use it as we have seen for activities with money or musical notes with different values, or you can be as creative as you want, and anything that can be weighted, and you can you can create a new game. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you're doing. Practice with whole and decimal numbers, perfect for math, and introduction for the early years education. You're starting to count and you're starting with these decimal numbers and you want to work with hundreds, tens, dozens, units, and make the student think in a very visual way how to work with numbers. And the arithmetics, you can also create like adding machines where you are showing one of the numbers you have to add and the total value, so you have to guess the other number. And the same for subtraction, where you can put a fixed number on one side and then the other empty, and then you get the result, and you have to move the elements from one side to the other to get the final result. You could also ponder weight of rewards in a breakout, and I want to make a little stop here because it's something I've been thinking for a long time. When you create a breakout, especially if you do it with art template, and you get a reward in each of the challenges that you design, you can work with those rewards in any page of the breakout or itinerary. So what if you, instead of just, for example, making a puzzle in the rewards window, where you put all the pieces together and then you get the key to pass to the final challenge or the final reward of the game, maybe you can give each reward a weight. So you don't need to get all the rewards. Maybe you just need to get as many as possible with different values to go to the final stage or go to different missions. So maybe you get one hard mission and then you go there, or maybe you need to get 3 medium level and 2 easy to go there. Or it's very interesting to combine this new perspective with itineraries and breakout templates. And also you can combine fixed and random amounts of numbers. As you can see, I had one block with the 3, and it will be always 3, or you can give an interval where the random number will be picked from, and you will get, every time you play, a different number there. And also you have the labels to show or not show what you are expecting there. So before, you only validated with 1 with the previous version of D&D, and now you will be able to validate with different amounts. So you need to give the user that information, and you can do that in any font or any type you want. As you can see, you have some examples here, different types of letters, different colors, bold or regular or italics. You can use whatever you want. Okay, and that's it. I don't know if you have any more.
That's good timing because your time is just up.
Yeah.
But this is really amazing. Yeah, so many possibilities, and especially the idea of having different missions and you can give them different levels. That's really cool, I think. Super. Thank you so much.
Before we leave, if you just let me, I want to say hi to my friend who's taking a plane to Dubai, and she couldn't wait. Natasha, please. Bye-bye. Take your flight safe. Bye.
Okay, thank you. And again, I guess you're going to post this on the Facebook group when it's all ready, or how will we get this, or on your Sandbox page?
Of course, well, I guess
yeah.
Because it's a collaboration between Scape and Sandbox, it will be, I hope, in both web pages, and we will share with everyone for free, of course, and with free accounts of Geniallys, and anyone can use it.
Excellent. We're looking forward to trying it out. Would be nice to see all the different things that people would come up with. Great. Okay, can we go on to Gabriella, who's going to share how she works with her students with Geniallys, or how they make their own Geniallys.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Gabriella, and I'm a secondary school teacher in Hungary. So for me, one of the greatest challenges throughout this 1.5 years was how to maintain motivation, the motivation of my students and my motivation as well. So I tried using different platforms to make the classes more effective and enjoyable. And of course, one of my favorites was Geniallys because of its diversity and because I could import all the other tasks I have created on other applications. Today, I've decided not to show you a trick or a little game, but I wanted to share with you how and why I started involving my students in the creation. My primary goals were to make good use of their creative energies, and also to make them cooperate. Because they were starters, they typically made only games and quizzes, as well as presentations. Now, it was very, very important and essential first to show them the platform, to show them how they could find the templates and also how they could adapt them to their own uses. Now I'm sharing my screen so that you can see some end results, okay? So as you can see, these are the little games from all kinds of topics. They come in all sizes and colors. They're all enjoyable. But of course, it was also very important to be crystal clear about the deadlines and the assessment criteria. So when they uploaded their stuff, I had to check it first. And I'm not sure that you know this application that is called Loom. This is a platform where you need to share your screen, where you need to project the task that your student has made, okay? And then you can give spoken feedback to them. You don't need to write down a word. And at the bottom, you will be seen in a bubble as you are speaking. Let me show it to you very quickly. So this is how it looks like. Okay. So I can really recommend it to you. The last line of the feedback was always to correct what they have done. After they sent it back, then as you will see it, I've collected the Geniallys and I've shared them on our classes Google Classroom. This was especially useful because they could give the topic, which was either vocabulary or a piece of grammar, as much practice as they wanted to. The point was, which was the second greatest challenge throughout this period, is how to assess my students' work in quite a reliable way. Of course, it became evident very, very soon that they will use all the online tools available with their advantages and disadvantages. So what I offer them, that if they practice, if they devote enough time and energy to practicing, then whenever we write a little test, then 75% of the tasks will come from their creations, their activities, and only 25% will come from my pre-written tasks. So if somebody practiced, it was very probable that they could get a good mark. Thank you very much for your attention. This was all I wanted to share with you.
Oh, thank you very much for sharing. And you're good at keeping to the time limit. Well done. Okay. Is it okay, Hila, if we put Emilie first, because she, are you okay?
Yes, no problem.
Put her first.
It's
You okay,
okay.
Anat, as well?
I'm a little bit in a hurry.
Okay.
I hope to talk.
Well, shall we do Emilie and then Anat and then Hila? Is that okay? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's fine, thanks.
Okay, then Emilie, do you want to start? You're going to talk about
Yeah.
small modifications for big effect, which sounds very exciting.
I'm Emilie. I'm French and I teach English in France. I tried to create a game for Julia and Mary's competition. I couldn't finish as I was on another project, but I'm trying to show you what it should have
been. So first, I'm going to show you a small video to show you what the game is. It is based on the game Zombie Kids. I don't know if someone knows this game. So can you see my screen? Is okay?
Yes, it's
Yes.
All right. So normally I should have a video. So in fact, it is so I'm going to show it as you visualize it. So this is the first page, and when you enter, you can choose to see the English rules or the French rules, or you can start the game normally. Then the first thing you do is to roll the die. And this is white. When it's white, nothing happens, so it's not really interesting. So when it's pink, in fact, you take your, I don't know if I can put this here. You take a ghost and you put a ghost in, enter the room, the pink room. And then I'm just going to do this, sorry. You enter the pink room, and then to move your hero here, you will have to answer a question. You can choose the room where you want to go. So for example, if I want to, I can go to the yellow room, and I click on the ghost here. And so here it is a rhyming exercise where they have to choose house and mouse and glue and blue, and then hat and cat. And when it's correct, you have feedback. When you click on the feedback, you get back to your board, and the ghost where you clicked on to get the question has disappeared. So normally you won't answer twice the same question. As it's correct, you can open the doors and you can move your hero to another place. Then you close the door again and you roll the die another time. And it's blue, so you have another ghost entering the rooms to the blue room. You choose another activity. So for example, I want my hero to go to the green room. So I click on this activity here. And here I have 5 different exercise. So they have to click on the differences. So I know where they are, so it's a bit easier for me. So I think I forgot bubbles here, and the palm tree here. And I must remember where I put the next one, the nostrils, I think. Here, there, and they can then click on the appropriate words. So for example, the bubbles, the nostrils, I can't see my screen so because it's cut. So I have the bird as well, bird's legs, and the palm leaves, and the fork. And normally I should have a feedback when everything is correct. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm lost. I'm just going to start it again. So because I can't go back. I'm sorry for that. I've just chosen the wrong activity. So when I choose another activity, for example, if I want to go to the green one, I can go to this one. And then I have to find the word Australia. So I have to move the bubble to spell the Australian word. And as it is correct, I've got my feedback here, and I go back to my first page, and the ghost has again disappeared. I can open the doors and take another hero to go there. The aim of the game is to make the hero go to the entrances. And when you've got two heroes in the entrance, you can close the entrance and you win once the four entrances are closed. So it is to motivate the students to cooperate. When you move to a room where there are ghosts, the ghosts go away. So that is the way you manage to close the entrances. But the game itself is not really what could be interesting for you. What is maybe more interesting for you is that in that game, I tried to use a maximum of escape extensions to do the questions. Because when I help people to create and to solve problems with escape extensions, usually they need an example, or sometimes they don't know. You have an extension, but you don't know what to do with it. So in fact, for each question, you have a different extension. So for the moment, I use 25 extensions in the game. And so for each page, you've got another one. This is twins, this is quiz, this is magnum, etc. I've got the click and collect game, the drag and drop, pick put as well to color the different animals, etc. So I don't know if there are people especially interested in any of these extensions that I could show. But
your time is nearly up now, sorry.
All right. So the thing is that as I'm going to share it and you can reuse it and see how each extension is made and which button you have to put to do something similar. So I hope this will be useful for beginners.
Yeah, that looks really cool. What's the twin extension?
Twin is when you just let me find it.
Yeah, I mean, I know which game you had, but it's actually called Twin.
Yeah, it's called Twin. Yeah.
Oh,
you just
this
click
is
on
really
the two
new.
pictures.
I haven't come across this yet.
T-O-U-I-N-E.
Ah, okay. Now I know. Yes. Okay, I didn't know that's how you pronounce it. Okay, I know that one. Yes. Okay, great. Then let's go to Anat, and she's going to show us something about escape rooms. If you stop sharing your screen, Emilie, then
Sure.
Thank you.
I just have to find out how to do it.
Okay, she's already sharing her screen. Excellent. There we go. Okay. You need to unmute yourself.
Oh, hi again.
There we go.
My name is Anat, and I'm from Israel. I'm a middle school science teacher. And I would like to share a small and very simple trick that I'm using in a escape room. It doesn't require extension, but I'm using Geniallys' abilities to prevent and allow a movement of object. So you can see that it's like a domino game. The idea is, of course, to match the left side of one piece to the right side of another. And the riddle can be adjusted to any subject and any language. The first piece here in the right, okay, I can't move it, and I did it on purpose because I wanted the students to know that this is the start, the beginning, okay, the start point, and all the other pieces can move, okay. Another thing that I did to make it a little bit easier is the root here for the Dominos pieces. I think that I did it because I think that without it, it will take too long to solve the riddle. So I did want it to be a little bit hard, not too easy. So I added a few pieces that are incorrect and unnecessary, okay, to solve the puzzle. I want to go to the other page. Okay, here we can see, okay, the solution. I don't know if you saw, okay, the letters here in English. Okay, this time in English. All the other letters that you see here are in Hebrew, but the letters are that I wanted to be, I didn't want the student to see, okay, immediately, because I hope that if they read the questions and try to match them, they won't be, the letters won't be so easy to read. Now that all the pieces are in the correct place, you can see the code that will get you to the other page. Okay, so we have here 7, 4, 1, and this is the 7, 4, 1, and then you can go to the other page. That's it. Thank you for listening. It was very short, okay, and very simple, I think.
No, that was a really cool idea, actually, to use that classic game of Dominos, but hide a code in there. I really like that. I'm going to use that for my next escape room as well. It's really good.
Okay.
Thank you. And
Thank
you
you.
don't need to do it with numbers, I guess. You could have like a secret message spelled out or different color code or something as well, which is really cool.
Yeah, every secret message will be fine.
Yeah, no, it's really great. Thank you so much. Okay, then finally we've got Hila. Would you like to share now?
Yes, sure.
There we go.
Okay, just hold on. Where am I? This is I'm from Israel. My name is Hila. I'm a science and chemistry teacher in Israel. This is a monopoly in biochemistry, but it can be in any other subjects. We play that in Zoom rooms, 5 people. There is the player here. There is the instruction to the players and the dice, of course. We have here a note to write the score that they have, and there is a home here, and there is a challenge here. The questions mark are the challenge, and if in every places there is a plus, there is a question that they can answer it using a presentation from Geniallys, other Geniallys. If they are okay, not okay, it will be, oh, so sad, it's not okay. But if it's okay, they will get well done, genius, and everything. And then they can use the home that they can have, the home, their home. And if somebody is putting himself in this home, they must give him some money, and they can write it here. Here is the questions mark. Put the other user back 2 sides backwards, or play send your rival to the start. That's it. This is my game.
Okay, thank you very much. Another classic game adapted. Very cool. Thank you. So we have Ella there. No, is it Ella now?
It should be Ella now.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to show what did I do. My name is Ella, and I'm a high school math teacher in Croatia. And we saw a lot of nice things, but when it comes to math, I think that math teachers have a real challenge using Geniallys, because it's really interesting, it's really fun, but it's kind of hard for students to give something to students if you don't teach. It's easy to use Geniallys for languages, for subjects where you have text, where you can have text questions. We saw here animals and Hangman, and it's all great. I'm going to show you how I modified the existing quest templates, because I don't feel really confident using escape and modifications in Geniallys, so I'm using existing templates. So one thing that we all know, Geniallys has great templates, but they're all blank canvases. And when it comes to math, I mean, you can use this prehistory quiz in history. We have a math quiz, but it's only a quiz. So I needed to change this black canvas with a story. So what did I do? I combined it with 17 sustainable global goals for sustainable development. And I especially got hooked on 11th one and target 11.4, which calls for strengthening efforts to protect and safeguard world's cultural and natural heritage. So let me show you what did I do. It's all about intangible cultural heritage. I used folk tales, myths, and legends and combined it with quiz templates and with math. The first one is I started with dragons. It's interesting to know that all countries in the world don't have stories about dragons. Why is that? I'm leaving up to you to find it out. It was a part of the larger learning scenario where my students, they're teenagers, and they were really excited to know more about Smaug, the dragon from Lord of the Rings. And I found a great quiz, Dragon's Quiz, but it's only a quiz. I needed to change it to be more exciting, more appealing to students. So I modified it into a breakout, of course, with math. So this is how I modified it. So I used the existing template for the quiz and added some parts of the different templates from Geniallys. So I combined it in, integrated in a larger scene. So this is how it looks. So I added eggs, and each egg is a room. And on these pluses, you have a math topic, short explanation of math concepts. And when you enter each egg, these are all math, serious math problems, and they are all following the story about the dragons. And in each, we can say room or egg. The first one are math problems concerning eggs. The second one, you can see here the footsteps of the dragon. And on the third egg, there are dragon heads. So on each egg, there are 3 different questions about serious math. It's about sequences. And in the end, they need to train the dragon. So they need to write down the password. How do they get the password? When they give the correct answers on all 3 questions on each egg, they get an egg with a number. And of course, this is the code they need to enter. And when they enter the code, they are saving the dragon. So this is how it looks. So these are small dragons that they saved. So as I said, it's existing quiz template that I modified into a breakout. So this was the first, and the second one is Sherlock Holmes. There is also a template, blank template.
Sorry, your time is nearly up.
Okay.
But if you want to quickly show it, that's fine.
So this is about quiz detective. So I modified it also to an escape room. So this is a story. And after the story comes, of course, the map. This is Moriarty, story about the Moriarty. Famous quote from Sherlock Holmes. And I use also, this is from another escape room I added here. And in the end, they are opening a briefcase in which Moriarty is laughing at them. So there are 3 questions, only 3 questions, 3 breakout rooms, and they are all concerning about London. They're learning about the London, and it's a classical escape room modified quiz. So this is shortly what I did. So thank you. If you have any question, please do.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Do you want to share the games with us as well? Then we can add them to the main presentation as well. That would be good. But it's nice to see how you adapted the different designs there. That's really good. Thank you. Okay, shall we carry on with Simona, please?
Yes, thank you. Hello, everybody. I am from Romania. I'm a primary school teacher. I saw very wonderful, very beautiful creation. I will show you for little one. Maybe you will find something inspiring because my ideas can be adapted. I will not resume my presentation. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, all good.
Thank you. I not resume for little one, maybe ideas, but you can adapt. I will invite you to prepare a holiday passport because if you are ready for adventure from Black Sea and Romania, I invite you to discover 3 games. Every summer has a story. My story is that I discovered it from not so long time is escape and sandbox education, and I trying to discover step by step. And I thank you for Marie and the jury and everyone to help me to discover this. And today I prepared 3 type of games to show you, but for to be easy and to be more effective to show, I want to use exactly the game, not in presentation, because it's more fast what I made. The first type is an Save Mermaid games. It's a breakout. It's based on education, sandbox education breakout. I adapted for my purpose because I want to verify the I want to verify the knowledge of my students about maths. As you see, they can save the mermaid only if they will put the task correct, if they give the answer. Of course, the character will guide the player. The tasks are aleatory, and you can find different mathematical tasks, and they will discover and that this game can be reused. I made all games reuse, and the concept you know already, because you are more advanced than me. I use it for this. I only want to show the progress, the plan, the template from breakout from Sandbox Education. I put normally quiz. I put also extension from Scape, Lavar. I use it for my different tasks. And Lavar was also extension for my students. And I think I'm motivated to learn more easy math, because they must save the mermaids, and they must be very attentive to this and motivate to save every mermaid. This concept is for, and now we G-code this, because I had a problem with the extension with the code from the breakout. I put G-code. I don't know why not work it at me. And from idea for holiday, I think this game is good. Second type of game is about is a type of board game. Sorry for my English if it's not appropriate. Seaside Challenge. As you can see, it's a board game adapted for summer. Has a nice soundtrack. Can be reused as well. There will be dice, and for every square are mission. Instruction are easy, but can be adapted as can I say. All players start on go, take it in turns to roll the dice and move that many spaces. When you land on a picture square, use the key to find out what to do. Complete the task on the square you land on. If you land on chance, pick up a card and follow the instruction, and the winner is who reach the goal again. And here they can discover like this, roll again, and can be adapted not only to say in language, other language, how to say to castle or object, but ice cream or something, but they can use this word in sentences, can be used in math games, because they must say also how much, for example, problem maths with this, and this is a key. They must be very to observe the key, what they must do when they stay on the castle square. That means move back to spaces or something. I think it's useful game for holiday time, and can be adapted for everything for every discipline. Now the last type, it's made using pick-put extension. Okay, it's easy, not so hard, but my students love it because they already play it. They always pick-put, it's easy for them. First grade in my classroom, they must use colors to be able to put the right color with symbol For example, the sun, okay, they must color, they must touch with very careful the square and to not put wrong. The gum is here can help. And for orange, the ice cream and the lotion. And you can guess what will discover. Can be also played predictable games to if you play in the classroom with your classroom. My ideas are for classroom game to play, and they can guess. If you put already blue, you will find yes, you guess is the sun. Also, this game can be used for maths, because you can ask your students how much square they use for yellow, for orange, or for blue. That was my ideas to to show for today. Thank you so much, and I hope was good, because I saw amazing things at you. You are great. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing, Simona. It was really good. I really love your designs and the pictures you use. It's really good. Especially the summer one makes me get into summer mood now. And I know my own children would love doing that coloring in. You should share it, and I'll let them do all the coloring.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Good. Then let's have Caroline now.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
So I wanted to present some games with questions mostly, and I'll start with the easier version, which I made the template for, and then and then I will show you some from the Zenbox education that I've been using. So I've put it in the edition so that it's quicker, hopefully. So this is what it looks like sort of in the end. So it's a chatterbox. I loved the chatterbox when I was a kid, and the students like it as well. So they like it when it's sort of made into a digital version. So that's what it looks like when it's finished. But on the document that I've shared, and Julie and Marie have them, I've put it in different places to help you. So basically there is a slide to ask your questions. It can be for any subjects, really. I usually do translations because I teach languages, but you can ask them, math questions or anything that you want, put questions and answer directly on that slide. And then on the next slide is the magic to make it work. So if you click and copy everything on that slide and then paste it onto your questions, that will be the result. And I'm just trying to make it preview for myself. Oh, sorry, preview doesn't work, does it? I should do it as sharing. I've shared it already. I just clicked reuse. So if I just share that one and then open it to show you what it looks like once you play. So it appears obviously without all the hidden elements from Escape extension, but you just click on what question you want, and then when you're ready, you look at the answer, and you see, and you can do the whole little chatterbox like that. So on a similar idea, because I like asking questions and doing games that make them practice their language, Zenbox has some other amazing templates which I've been using. So there is the Pasapalabra one. So they have all the reusable templates on their website. So it's really, really easy to reuse all of the templates, which is what I like. So basically, this is the original template that they got. So obviously, you can add an image at the back, which is what I did in my version for the book that we study at A level. And then the main place, so I'm trying to remove that, here we go. So the main place where you need to go, I don't know if you can see when you zoom out, is this side here with all the letters, where you put your questions and answers. So the first element here for the O, that would be the question, which you can change to what is Christmas in French. And then on the next line, you write the answer, which will then make the whole template tell you that you're correct or not. What I found as well is that there is a nice addition that you can have. So if you put this transcription thing at the top, it means that there aren't the answers on the Geniallys for the students when you get it started. So the only thing that you need to change really are the questions on the side, and obviously then any type of sort of images that you want to put or something like that. So as a student, this is what you see basically. So you need to type in the answers in that box over here. So A has, that is your clue. If you write the correct name and enter, then it gets green and you move on to the other one, and then you need to do the whole thing basically. If you get it wrong, you get a clue in image. And again, all of that is directly in the template from Sandbox. And you just need to change your image. So to change your image, it's also on the side here, and it's a third bullet point basically at the bottom where you put the link for your image, which makes it work. And finally, I have also used the Pop-it template from also from Sandbox. So they come up with the whole templates with different shapes and forms and types of things. So you can do it with images or just nothing. And I choose the one with questions because I like them to have a little challenge. So what you need to do is move the element that gives the, sorry, it's blocked. Move the element that gives the answers, like the feedback on the side, and then click on the question, go on the interactivity button, and then you leave that as it is, what comes up in the window, but you go to the little code view element at the top right, and it looks, really complicated, and I didn't, necessarily understand it at the beginning, but you go to anything that is that corresponds to what's on the question, and that's what you're changing. So you would change the question here and the answer here, and that's the only thing you change, and you keep everything else. And then when students click, they will get that, and then the possibility to view the answer as well. So when they see it, sorry, I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So they get to choose, in my template, they get to choose their topic, but you can just do it on one topic. And then they play the game as they would normally. So they love that game because they're all playing it on the playground already. So you have to not be the last person to pop a bubble. And every time you pop, you need to answer a question before you can pop something else. So here we go. This is the question, check the answer, and then move on to the next bubble and see who pops the last one. And that's it. That's hopefully I didn't go too quickly, but that's the templates I wanted to share for today. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you so much. That was really great. Sorry, you're 30 seconds too quick, so I need to stop my timer now. Otherwise, it's going to go off now. Okay, good. I think that was all the presenters apart from me. Should I quickly do mine as well?
Shall I time you?
Yes, well, at the moment I'm still timing. Now I've managed to turn it off. Okay. Yes, you can time me and stop me if I'm too fast. Too long, I mean.
Okay.
Okay, good. So I wanted to show something. Sorry, I'll put my video back on. Hello, I'm still here. So I wanted to show something that is not technically Genially, but using PowerPoint, but it has really helped me with making my last escape room on Genially, because it helped me to adapt the pictures more. So hopefully some of you have seen my haunted house escape room, which is quite hard, and some of you persisted for a long time, managing to escape in the end. So if anyone else managed to escape, then let me know, because I think it is a bit challenging. But so what I used was PowerPoint. So I'll share my screen. And so this was my first escape room, really, where I used actual photos and not just like cartoon kind of pictures. And the problem is that if you then have objects, that they often don't have the right perspective, and so that's where PowerPoint then comes in. So I've just taken this picture here from Pixabay, and then I've taken a screenshot of that and I've put it into PowerPoint. So now we're in PowerPoint, and in here you've got some cool options to make 3D objects. So there's two different things I want to show. And the first one is if you go to Insert, and then here 3D models, then you get lots of stuff that can be quite useful, especially if you're making like a game or an escape room. So if I go to, let's go to furniture here. Okay, so you've got all these things. Let's choose, oh, let's do the hairbrush. Here we go. Okay, so let's say you want this hairbrush as part of your room. And so the good thing is it will be movable. And as you can see, here's my hairbrush. You can have it from lots of different sides, but you can even change it completely because it's a complete 3D object here. So I can now modify it so that it fits exactly with the room that I have. So let's say I wanted to lie on the sofa, then I can just fiddle around till it actually looks as if it's like the right perspective, if you see what I mean. So now it looks as if it's actually lying on there, and then it makes it a bit harder to find. So what I can do now is right click on it, save it as a picture, just save it here, put it there. And now if I go back into Genially, I can then upload it. If I go into, in images and then your computer. And the nice thing, it saves it without background. If I go in here, because it's now saved as a PNG, I think. So you can see I've got my hairbrush here, and it's, I mean, I can't change it anymore now. So if I want to, I don't know, turn it around and so on, then I need to go back into PowerPoint and do it there. So now it's just an image, but because I've adapted it to exactly this room, it now fits exactly on my sofa. And now if I then make it movable with this little hand, I can go into my presentation and the players can search the room and move this brush around and maybe find something's hidden behind there. So in PowerPoint, as you saw, there is quite a big list of objects already there. But even if you want to use your own object, you can change the perspective as well. So for example, here I've got this piece of paper, which I've just taken a screenshot from Google. And let's say I want this piece of paper to be lying on the table there. I can also do that, even though it's not a 3D object, but just a picture. If I go into picture format, I can change the colors and so on, so it adapts a bit more. So if you have quite a dark picture, for example, then you can make it a bit darker so it doesn't stand out quite so much. And then if you go to where do you and picture effects and then 3D rotation, there are already lots in here, so I can just choose this one, but I can also adapt it even more. So I'll show you how to do it. So 3D rotation, and then if you go down here to the options, you can see, you can then choose one, but if it's not quite right, I can still, let's say we want it to be lying on the floor here. I can still change it here. So I can adapt it a bit more, turn around a bit more, make it stand up more, and so on. I mean, this is not the right color here. It's a bit hard to see on that background. So I'll try to make it lying on the sofa. But you can see, you can really make it blend into your room much more. Okay, and then the nice thing is now I've got two pictures of it. So on the first slide, I can have this picture lying here. And then on the next slide, I could have, so if they click on this picture, for example, then they find this letter, for example. And then on the next page, you could have it from this perspective, so they can actually read what it says on there. And the same with the hairbrush, obviously. You could then have another picture of this hairbrush on the next picture, where they then look at it from the front and, I don't know, have to count something or whatever you want to do with this. So that's a great thing, that you can have several different views of the same object, really. Okay, that was my little trick. How was our time?
Very good. You've got 4 minutes left.
Oh, well, that's enough.
Okay.
We're already running over a little bit anyway. So now I need to stop my screen share. There we go. Okie dokie. Good. Well, thank you again for everyone for sharing. That was really great. We got lots of different ideas, which I think is really good. There wasn't really anyone doing the same thing. And yeah, I think everybody is really excited to try out all these templates and examples that we got today. Did you share the presentation, Marie?
No, I'm going to. Yeah.
You want to?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we're sharing the overall presentation now, so if you take that one, and then if you go on to the last page where the presenters are, and then for most of the presenters, there will be a link to their different presentations there that you can reuse or look at and so on. So thank you again for the presenters for making them available for everyone.
I will post it on the Facebook group as well.
Yes.
And thank you, everyone. Yeah. It was amazing.
And we'll the recording will post on the Facebook group as well. And maybe add it to this presentation. Okay, great. Then thank you very much. Shall
Thank
I just
you.
kick everyone out?
You can stop the recording, maybe.
I'm the one who always has to stop everything today.
Oh no, oh, is it Raquel stopping the recording? I don't know.
There you go.
It's still recording.
Okay,